What's up, YouTube? It's the Hood Trucker. As you can see, I'm still trucking. Trying not to anymore. Been doing a few things. I haven't had a chance to. I guess I hadn't had a chance, but just haven't. Just been busy doing a ton of different stuff, trying to figure things out. I don't want to drive anymore. So I'm working on things that can allow me to make a decent income and not have to drive. So I'm working on that. But first and foremost, let me give a shout out to my nephews and them. All profit organization. They're doing the Bootsy Badass concert in Fresno. So give a shout out to them. But secondly, the update on my elbow. Here's the elbow. I know y'all seen the video, but it's coming along really well. Still a little bit of soreness in there. There's something going on in there, but that's I mean, it's way better than it was. So that's what's going on. I don't know what, that's just a scar or something, but yeah, I was having some troubles with that, as you saw, and yeah, my family was kind of concerned. So just got pulled over the other day, and the way I log my logbooks is that when I check into the shipper, and I've been doing it for 7 years that way, when I check into the shipper, I've been putting off duty, and got pulled over, and the guy was like fucking a lunatic, basically. I mean, I guess this is what happened. Well, I guess he tried to pull me over. I mean, I'm daydreaming probably, and you know, because I've got plenty of time behind the wheel and wasn't paying attention. And I guess he tried to pull me over, and I didn't see him, and so he got pissed off. So he got on the side of me, had his lights on. I mean, it was in the daytime, so I mean, the people, I guess the police or people in general, I guess they think that, you know, if you turn the lights on in the daytime, yeah, I mean, you could see them, but they're not as profound as they are at night. So I was looking ahead. I mean, from time to time I look back, but it just so happened during that time, it's probably a few minutes or whatever, I just didn't look back and see him in my rearview mirror. So he got on the side of me and pulled me over and went berserk. I mean, he was yelling at me so much that he had fucking spit coming out of his mouth and shit. So I learned a long time ago that you know, when you have a law enforcement officer in your face, sometimes they're a little overzealous and they get too excited sometimes. I mean, we're talking about, he pulled me over because he said he seen me on my cell phone, when in all actuality my GPS had fell off the windshield. And so he said I was on my phone, when in all actuality I was trying to fix the GPS, stick that stupid sucker thing on the windshield. And so he was all like butthurt and bent all out of shape. This dude's trying to back in, and I don't know what the hell he's doing. Look at this shit. He's all on the top of the goddamn curb. What the fuck are you doing? You don't see that? Let me see. I don't even know if you can see it. Son of a bitch. Well, anyway, I'll look and see if you guys can see it later. But this guy is just all over the curb. Anyway, it's like I'm in Nashville, and not to get off the story, but I'm in Nashville. It's like amateur hour over here. It's might have been an accident over here. Somebody backed into somebody's shit. This dude was backing in over here, and he's like, half of his truck is off the fucking he's off the curb. Like he was the last parking space and there's a curb. I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but it was a curb, and so half of his truck was in the grass, and the other half was in the stall, and he's still having problems. He's having problems. So, I mean, I laugh because it's not like I've been a super trucker all my life. Like I can put this truck pretty much wherever I want to, and relatively easily. But I've been doing it forever. But when I first started, my first day, it took me 45 minutes to back in my first dock, and it was a difficult spot, but I mean, I could do it in no time now. But anyway, so the guy pulled me over. He was like ballistic. He just went berserk. And long story short, he I had a few issues, and he pointed out some issues that I had with my logbook, and luckily he didn't catch everything, but he caught a few things, and what he did catch, he set me down for 10 hours. I had plenty of time, so that wasn't really a concern, but the company was all like, "Oh, you're gonna jack our score up," and all that. I was like, first of all, dude, the dude pulled me over. He was all fucking hysterical and shit, and I kept it calm. And he was looking in the cubby holes and asked me 1,000 questions about all kinds of shit. He looked at my ice chest. And when I say ice chest, I mean ice chest because the fucking asshole that owns this truck doesn't want to put a refrigerator in here. But he looked at my ice chest for alcohol, all that. So, basically, he didn't really find nothing, which was good. But, the company, I didn't like their reaction. And basically what happened is, what he came to determine about that whole situation, I'm talking about the police, was that I was on my cell phone, which I wasn't, and he gave me a warning. So he gave me 2 different warning pieces of documentation. One was a pink one, and one was a white one. Now, I've seen the white one on many occasions, where sometimes they'll pull you over, and they'll just give you a random inspection and give you that white piece of paper and say, go on about your business. But in this case, he gave me a warning, and he wrote like 6 different things that I can't read because he didn't give me the original. He gave me a copy, and it was a carbon copy, so that shit was shitty, and then I couldn't read his writing anyway. So I know it's like 6 different items on there, and one of them is false logs, because the way I logged was that I logged off duty when I go to the shipper, and technically, here's what happened. He said it was false logging, but I guess technically, I mean, if it's because here's the thing. I guess technically you can say it was false logging, but the way I logged it, I didn't benefit from it. Now the way that logging style is that you only benefit at the end. Like, it doesn't take, you don't chew up all your time, and you benefit from the end. And when I had my own truck, I was running into that problem a lot, where I was running out of hours fast because of that. So somebody told me that I could do it that way, and I've been doing it for ever since. So over 7 years, and I've been inspected plenty of times. I've been pulled over plenty of times. I've been in plenty of scale houses, and they've all checked my logbooks, and they've never had not one issue until the other day. So dude put on their false logs. Now, I don't know if false is different from falsify, because he agreed that I didn't benefit. In other words, I didn't put my logs in a situation to where I said I was in Arizona or New Mexico when my bill of lading said I was in California. So I didn't log it like that. So he agreed that maybe that's why he called it false instead of falsify. I don't know, but the end result is that he documented 8 different things on the warning, didn't give me not one ticket. Not for cell phone, which is what he said he pulled over for, not for any of that. Now I'm leaving out some of the story because y'all should know some of the story, but the gist of the story is this: he pulled me over and he gave me a bunch of warnings when he said he pulled me over for cell phone. So I was kind of pissed off about that, but then I looked at it, I was like, I did get kind of lucky, because things could have went way left. So again, he could have. I mean, if he would have known, if he would have knew exactly what he was looking at when he got all the information in front of him, then again, things could have went way worse. But he didn't know. He didn't really know what he had. So anyway, moral of the story is this: I'm sick of this shit, dude. I'm tired of these motherfuckers, sweating me like I'm a criminal and all kinds of shit. I mean, the way they got the regulations and shit. I mean, sometimes people do what they do to get further ahead, I guess. When you go to a shipper and they're fucking hanging you up for 7 fucking hours, that's ridiculous, man. I mean, any number of reasons why they hang you up like that. I mean, whether it's product not ready, or it's just fucking short-handed, or it's just too many fucking trucks and they whatever the case. You're in there sometimes and it fucks you. And sometimes, if you know what you're doing, you can do certain things. But they timestamp everything. So they timestamp everything, and it makes it really, really hard, to do anything. And in my earlier career, I mean, I would do all kinds of shit, and I studied in books and studied in books and studied in books. And it took me like a good year to be able to really get a good knowledge and a grasp of and an understanding of what I was doing, so that I could do certain things to be able to afford me to be able to move when I wasn't supposed to be moving. So I don't do that anymore, though. I mean, it's not worth. First of all, I'm not driving for myself anymore. It's different if you drive for yourself, because the money is a little different. Now, of course, the responsibility, all the other stuff is increased. But I choose not to do the things that I used to do for a company, because first of all, I mean, the only reason why I'm here is because it's familiar. I know what the bullshit to expect, and that's just, I'm trying to get a check. I'm also working on a few other businesses at the moment, but by Thanksgiving, like, I didn't really. I mean, I fucked up last year, and I fucked up so much to where finances were fucked up. I mean, was I hurt? I think I was hurt. My body was hurting. All kinds of shit. And I didn't really experience the holidays the way I should have last year. And so I want to correct that this year, because a lot of things have happened. I was in a motorcycle accident. A lot of things have changed and changed my perspective on a lot of different things, which is why I don't want to drive trucks anymore. I just heard from the owner of this truck that they're going to implement stuff in December, they've been pushing it back. I've heard. I mean, I get this newsletter in the trucking industry. I forgot what name it is, but I get this newsletter to keep you up to date. I mean, it's been for the last couple of years. It's been October this year, or September, October ish, and now it's December. So they might even push it back, just like when they implemented the first emissions controls, and they were giving people like extensions and stuff like that. The police told me that I haven't never used electronic logs. I've never even used the log book. I've always used loose leaf because I make a lot of mistakes. And if you make a mistake in a log book, I mean, I'm not an expert on it, but I would think that it just looks fucking crazy because I make mistakes. Like sometimes I don't pay attention. Sometimes I'm just an idiot, and I just fuck up. And so if I fuck it up, I can rip it out, put something else in there, and then start over and do it again. Loose leaves can get you in trouble though. Never been in trouble. The worst I've ever gotten was I was over my 14 hours. I wasn't over my 11 hours. So they set me down for like 7 hours or something. And that was several years ago. And then the next thing was this out of service thing from the other day. Now, he was like really serious about it because he put the out of service sticker on there and the whole shebang. So I got some rest, and it went by fast. So I wasn't really tripping. And then I made it to where I needed to go on time. Matter of fact, I just delivered this morning, and so everything was hunky dory. So, but I'm just tired of it. I don't want to say I feel sorry for guys coming in. I'm just tired of it. I'm burnt out on it. It's something that I can do. I'll always be able to go. So that's why I don't want, that's why I was kind of spooked this past over the past couple of days, because I've never been that close to really getting a serious violation. So I know what I need to do to fix everything up, especially if I'm going to continue to be going through that corridor. I know how to fix my logs so that I don't have that problem. And I've already researched the things because like I was about to say earlier, is that I log off duty, and technically you can be off duty while you're at a shipper. You just have to log. Just to be on the safe side, you kind of want to log 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes, just to be on the safe side. Because the theory behind that is because you have to check in and you got to back in, so that, it takes 15 minutes minimum. So if you log that in, you can now say that I checked in and I backed in. And once they tell you at the shipper that you can leave, you are now legally able to log off duty. So let's say, for example, you go in, you check in, you drop the trailer at the dock, you can leave, or you leave the truck there, or whatever. If they tell you can leave and go have a bite to eat or whatever the case, then use the rest, whatever. If you're relieved and you don't have to be there until they call you, you can technically get off duty, or you can just jump into the sleeper. If they tell you can leave, you don't have to leave. But if they tell you can leave, then that's when you can log off duty. Because I forgot I think it's $3.95 in a federal thing or something, but I looked it up because he listed it on the warning. And so technically you can log off duty. Now, I was logging the whole entire time because I was my theory was, well, if I check in, I could check in and back in within 7 minutes. So you don't have to log anything over half of the 15-minute period, which is 7.5 minutes. So my thing was, I could always say that, well, I checked in and backed in within 7 minutes. Now, you probably can, and I've been getting away with it this whole entire time because nobody's ever given a fuck or tripped or wanted to argue that, because you really can't argue unless you get on the phone with the shipper. And some people have time to do that, some people don't. Now with this guy, he was convinced that you absolutely cannot do that. So I ran into one of those guys. Now, I could have covered my ass had I said, I checked in, I backed in, dropped the trailer, and went fucking took a nap. Went to sleep, went to eat, whatever the case, they let me go. Now, the trailer is in the dock. I don't even have possession of it. It's in the possession of the shipper. They tell me I can leave. They'll call me when I get back. Now, from the time they call me to the time I pick that trailer and leave, now I'm on duty, not driving, technically. So that's the technical little nuances of that particular thing. But other than that, he didn't have any problems. He just was focused on that. And that, I guess nobody ever tripped on it, because you don't really gain anything until towards the end of your 70 hours. Now, if you never reach your 70 hours, you never get a gain. You know, I mean, instead of having 50 hours, you have 45 hours, depending on how many pickups you have and how many times you did whatever, because that only applies to the loading and the unloading, that shipper shit. If you don't, like, say you only have one pickup and you were only there for an hour, you only saved an hour. I mean, or probably not even that. Yeah, you saved an hour. That's right. You saved an hour because you didn't load any off duty. Now I could go in there and log the first 15 minutes, and now I'm only saving a half hour. Now, is it really worth it? No. Now, but if I got multiple picks and I've been there for 100 years, then that's when you save. But it's only at the end. So the shit that I'm doing now, I'm not running California to Boston. I'm running California to, like, this, in this case, Tennessee or Louisiana. Plenty of fucking time to go out and come back. And then on the other end, it's usually like 4 or 5 pickups, 3 to 5 pickups on the way out, and usually no more than 2 on the way in. So I don't really save that much. Kind of gets a little close, like once you get back to California, kind of gets a little close. But by that time, I'm usually doing the what do they call that? I forget what they call it, but it's when you, like, your 8 hours. I mean, your 8 days keeps moving with the calendar. So, you start to gain hours. Like from the first day. Let's say you go, you get 7 hours on the first day. So on your 9th day, that first day you started, on your 9th day, that first day falls off, and you can even take it out of your whole entire logbook. So now you count 8 days of the 9 days. So you count it from the current day. So you go back 8 days. So you'll have however many hours you have. You go back 8 days, and if you had 7 hours, let's say, for example, on that first day, now you just gained that 7 hours at 12 o'clock. And you can even take that out of you can even take that whole page out of your logbook. That's why I don't like the logbooks either, because you have the whole 30 days. Now with the loose leaf, you only have to keep 8 days. So whatever the fuck happened before that, and you're not required to show a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, DOT, when you get back, it's different. But on the road, all you have to show is 8 days, and that's all I ever show. 8 days. No matter whatever happened in that previous 8 days, they'll never know, and they only know what you tell them. And that's reflected on the subsequent days. So every day falls off after that. So if you got 50 hours, let's say, in that particular 8 hour time, at 12 o'clock, that other day falls off, and whatever you had in that day is now added to the end. And the easy way to keep track of that is to just to add total your hours as you go, and starting with your current day. So if it's a 12 o'clock, now you have the new day, and the other day falls off. Now you total up your 7 days to let you know how many hours you have to drive on the 8th day. So I mean, once you're doing it like that, you should know how many hours you're going to gain every day, because all you have to do is look at the day it's about to fall off, and that'll tell you. But sometimes, the easiest way to do it is just to count, add it up, the counted days, and then that'll give you how many hours you have, realistically. So, again, if it's, by the time you come back and all that shit, now, when I had my truck, I used to rack my brain to try to figure out a way I could make that work. And in the beginning, it took me hours and hours and hours, and toward the end, or not toward the end, but after like a year or so, I could pull over and within 30 minutes have my shit ready to go, and I'd be fine. So, with timestamps and everything. So, it's just, once you learn how to log and all that stuff, I mean, it's pretty simple. But I don't do that anymore because it's not beneficial to me. I'm not going to do that and benefit this company. Now, the thing of it is it also benefits me. But I'm not going to do anything to put myself in either harm's way or jeopardy of getting some type of huge ass ticket when the company benefits and they almost even encourage it. So my thing is this: I want to be able to fall back on this because I got other businesses that I'm working on, and if it doesn't work out, I want to be able to fall back. I don't want to fucking completely trash my thing on the way out and then not be able to go back if times get tough and I have to, jump in the truck, even with electronic logs, and hustle up some more money. So I want to keep that good, and I don't necessarily want to have to come back to this company. So I need to have my license in order, because they won't even hire you if your license fucked up or whatever. They won't even hire you because the insurance, you're an insurance risk. So I'm trying to keep that intact. And I hear guys, like when I was doing the car hauling stuff, I hear guys, well, I don't give a fuck, I'm over thing, I don't even stop at the scales. I was like, dude, I'm thinking to myself, dude, you're a fucking idiot. This is not your truck. You're fucking taking all the risk. All they're gonna do is get a ding on their CSA score. And they love to have you do it. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was overweight. Man, fuck you. Take this shit and fix it. I'm not doing that shit, dude. I'm not risking that. I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna necessarily knock you. Well, even though I probably would say you're an idiot, because you're just putting yourself in harm's way for no reason. Why? Do you love this job so much that first of all, you can't get another one, and secondly, are they gonna pay for your huge ass ticket? Are they gonna, for shutting you down? And who knows? They run through the thing. Who knows? And if you're running scales, you're probably doing other things. And if you run scales and they pull you over, they give you an excuse to fucking find some shit that you don't want them to find. So, dude, if I'm overweight, I'm taking this motherfucker back. You either be working or taking this shit off. I don't play that game, dude. I'm not gonna do that. Now, I've never played that game, even with my own truck. I never ran heavy ass loads and go around the scale. For what? Because I'm gonna get the same pay. If I run the scale or not, then I'm gonna get the same pay. Now, if they offer, which they almost never do, this company, never. They never offer. I mean, they might get a bonus, hey, if you show up on time or whatever. And I'd be like, I don't want the fucking bonus, because first of all, it's not enough. And secondly, I'd rather be late than to be in a ditch. And if I'm tired, but I'm on a schedule, and it's going to cause me to be impaired and be tired, and it caused me to feel like I can't at least stop and get some rest. Now, for example, on this one, I got so much rest that I kind of got behind schedule, and I kind of had to push it a little bit towards the end. But I know what my body can handle, and I know what to do to kind of keep me going, so to speak. I mean, it was only like the last 2 hours and shit. I can hang for 2 hours. and I was probably like, and even then I was probably like 10 minutes late, but they give you 30 minutes. So I mean, 2 hours is really. If I'm 2 hours from the thing, I'm not getting excited. So I'm start singing, and I do all kind of crazy shit to fucking, get me excited and shit, so that I don't get sleepy. Now I still have a little sleepy kind of creeps up because I did, I drove my last 8 hours, at night, and the sun was coming up, when I was starting to deliver. So sometimes that's an issue, and sometimes it kind of depends on what I eat, really, to be honest with you. If I eat carbs and shit, fucking me up. But that's why I was doing the keto diet. But anyway, and by the way, that keto diet works, and it doesn't have you as sleepy and tired and shit as it does when you eat carbs. But I'm kind of eating carbs right now because, again, I had the motorcycle accident. I still got some stuff that needs to heal, and I read some stuff that, for bodybuilders and muscle repair, you kind of want to eat some carbs because you build muscle faster, you repair muscle faster, because you need the carbs and the protein to work in conjunction to build the muscle and repair the muscle. That's how you build muscle. You tear them down, then you build them back up and you repair them. So kind of doing that, and probably do that for another couple of weeks. But when I say carbs, I'm not eating the right carbs. Like I had a fucking oatmeal cream pie or whatever, and those are good, but not good for you. So anyway, that's the latest. I'll make another video, and because I'm gonna start working out my wrist. Like when I had my this camera's lower and lower. When I had my accident, I fucked my wrist up. I fractured my wrist here and here. I got a pelvis. Pelvis and hip fracture. I had a bunch of fractures. So I'm not able to really do push-ups, but now it's getting better. So I'm doing the little workouts and stuff with the wrist. So it's getting better. I'm almost able to do push-ups. I'm almost able to do stuff off the sink and all that. So I'm gonna get back on that. Only gained like 8 pounds. Went to 190 when I was doing the keto. It got down to 190, and right around 187, 8, 9, something like that. So I've been enjoying the wrong foods. I've been doing some beer drinking and some Remy Martin drinking and some, what else did I drink? Some kind of champagne and wine and shit like that. Shit that wine knocks me the fuck out. And what else? That's about it. There's some goofy food eating. But I'm gonna get back on it, and I'm gonna document all of that. But if you guys have any questions about logbooks, even though in the next few months they're supposed to be doing electronic logs, and I know absolutely nothing about electronic logs, but in the last few months you want to get your money, I can give you some of the tips and tricks that the OGs pretty much use. I don't really recommend you do anything that you don't understand. Like for a long time I didn't understand the split sleeper birth, which is crazy because it's really simple. But for some reason I didn't understand it. But I didn't understand the logs really either for a long time. It took me like a year just to understand it. I'm learning how to drive, and most of the shit I learned how to drive back in, all that shit was on YouTube. So, and I forgot the guys that but when I picked up the truck, that's another story. But when I picked up the truck, I didn't know how to fucking hook when I bought the truck and the trailer on the same day. And I didn't even know how to hook a fucking trailer. They didn't teach us that at the school. And my record was fucked up and I couldn't get a job. So I had to go circumvent the normal way, and kind of was able to negotiate a way to obtain my own truck and trailer, and not only that, learn how to drive at the same time. Now I backed into a few things, which is normal. Everybody does it. But for the most part, I kept it together, and I had more problems trying to keep fuel in the truck from running out, from running in the red, and trying to maintain the financial aspect of it, because my start, I'm like $80,000 in the hole or something like that, and it was crazy. And after a couple of years, like the first year was rough, because I came from I know the business side of the brokering and all that, because I came from truck dispatching, and I had like 10 to 15 trucks almost on a regular basis, and I got all at the office I worked for. They gave me all the shit that nobody else wanted, because they were dealing with owner operators. And for example, if you got an owner operator that you're making a commission on, you would much rather load that guy one time on a Monday, let's say, and he's got to travel all the way to Boston for Friday or Saturday delivery, and you're making a commission on a $7,000 trip. You'd much rather do that. And when I say commission, your commission on that is what is it, 10%? It's a minimum of 10%, and you get 30% of the 10%. So if you got a $7,000 load, okay, this is how it works. Let's say I'm Acme Trucking, and I hire Cornball Operator Trucking to basically sub haul. They don't call it that. Brokers call it double brokering. Trucking companies call it sub hauling. I guess technically it kind of is sub hauling, but there's a little bit of the industry kind of frowns on. It's kind of like Vegas. They catch you. If they think you're cheating, it's not illegal. They just kick you out of the building, and it's kind of like, that's the same thing with trucking. If it's if you sub haul a load, brokers don't like that, because they consider it double brokering. Technically, it's not, but it kind of is. So anyway, this is how it works. So I'm Acme Trucking. The guy that has a contract with, legally, who knows if the contract is really enforceable, but I have a contract with a guy who's basically agreed to allow me to load his truck. Basically, I get a load from the broker for $7,000. I tell the owner operator, hey, I got a load for $6,300, because at that particular company, the minimum you could sell a load for, and when I say sell, I mean you get it from the broker, and then the broker, you get it from the broker for a certain price, and now you need to make a profit on it, so you sell that load to the owner operator that you have the contract with for a less price. And that particular company I worked for, the least you could get was a 10% margin. So if I get a $7,000 load, the minimum I can, the least I could sell it for, the most I could sell it for. No, the least I could sell it for. Yeah, the least I could sell it for. In other words, I can go lower. So the most I could sell it for is $6,300, because I could go lower. I could sell it to him for $6,000 if I can get it. Or if I get like a $7,500 load, I can still sell it to him for $65. It doesn't matter. Just it has to be a minimum of 10%. So the most I could sell it to him for is $6,300. So if I sell it to him for $6,300, the deal is this: you have to have a 10% margin in there, which is where the 700, which is the 7,000 from the 63. out of that 700, I get a 30% commission from that. So I get 30% of the 10%. So the 10% is 700, 30% of that is 210, and now I just made $210 that fast. And it's only a matter of phone calls. And I'm on the load board, and I'm looking at the load board. Bam, that load comes up. I'm making the call, and I'm calling both of these motherfuckers at the same time. I'm calling the broker and the shipper at the same time, because I'm putting this motherfucker, hey, whoever answers first, hey, hold on, boom, hello, or just want, hey, I'm calling about the load. Give me 2 seconds, dude. I'm hold on 1 second. I'm on the phone like this, right, with the broker. And if the broker, I'm on the phone with the broker, I'm like this. I'm on the phone. A cough. Okay, hold on 1 second, and then come back. Boom, or whatever. I mean, like split second, because these motherfuckers got in these particular instances. Those of you who have dealt with brokers, sometimes you get on their phone. If you don't answer fast enough, because this motherfuckers is hitting that line. If you don't answer fast enough, they will hang up on you and go to the next one. So that's why you got to be on your toes. Anyway, so you'd rather do that with a guy. You load him today. You don't have to think about him till Friday or Thursday. And he delivers Friday. You might think of him Thursday, Friday, and maybe he's willing to sit for a day or whatever. You can load him Saturday. But it's harder to come back because the rates are shit coming back. So if you're good going out, shit coming back, you might not even be able to get 10%. You might even, I mean, they don't want to do it for free, but I mean, if you get a couple of $100 or something like that, because there's not 10% necessarily left in the load because it's just so cheap. So, and in all actualities, the owner operators are getting fucked, but that's how it go. I mean, everybody's fucking somebody, in more ways than one. So that's basically how it goes. And so again, I know a lot about this industry. I've been an owner-operator. I've been a dispatcher. I've been a truck driver. I've been, pretty much the whole thing. I've done car hauling. I've done produce. I've done dry stuff. I've never did any flatbed or anything like that. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. Drop me a DM or hit me on the whatever. My email is johnsonp3737@gmail. So if you got questions, you need any help with logs or just truck driving in general or whatever the case, drop me a line. I'm embarking on some other business ventures, and there's people that are just starting out, and they're have no idea what's in store for them, good and bad. There's a lot of bullshit in this industry. There's a lot of good things. I have been horrible with money, and trucking has allowed me to do a lot of different things that I shouldn't have been doing. But had I not been trucking, I wouldn't have been able to even do that. So I had a lot of fun. Made a lot of money. I haven't been stressed out about financial things that weren't a result of my stupidity. So in other words, I spent too much money a lot of the times, and that's the only reason why I was stressed. If I wouldn't have been doing that and been doing dumb shit, I mean, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now in this truck. I'd probably be talking to you on YouTube about something totally different, But now, because of the fact that I've done some stupid shit with my money, I'm still in this fucking truck. I wanted to quit 2 years ago, really, and could have, but I mean, this is what I could have done. I stopped having my own truck in 2014. In 2014, I was in Baltimore, and my truck fell apart, and I got my trailer back to California because it's worth more there. And so I sold it. I ended up selling the trailer, and I ended up getting a job, and I could have just worked like a year and been financially set, because I was a madman when I first started working for this company, and it was still kind of wide open. I made a ton of money, but I basically was relieved of a lot of responsibility that I had over the previous 3 years, and just went fucking crazy. Just went fucking berserk. Like spending money, hanging out at the club, not the strip club, but just going to the club and buying out, not necessarily buying out the bar, but me and my nephew went to a club one time. I think it was like $400 or $500 to get in, and then we spent like $300, $400, $500 at the bar, just the two of us. So just silly shit like that. But I mean, all that shit's out of my system now. I got, I bought some cars that I probably shouldn't have bought, and it's all kind of shit. Just fucked off money. Just having fun though. I mean, I was like on the grind for like 3 years, like day in, day out, sleep, eat, shit, business, and the company, and then it fell apart. I was heartbroken. I was more heartbroken about my business falling apart than my relationship falling apart. So it was crazy. So this is what the trucking industry is good. It has its good and it has its bad. I mean, I've seen racism. I've seen good people do good things. I've seen shitty people do shitty things. I mean, I've seen good drivers. I've seen bad drivers. I've seen it all pretty much. It's not really challenging anymore. It's like flipping burgers. The only thing that was challenging was the car hauling, and the guy I worked for was an absolute total 100% fucking idiot. So it's hard to work for people too, because I've owned my own shit and I know how shit goes, and I worked on the inside. And I know too much. You can't bullshit me. So I'm a good driver, but if you're the type of company that likes to bullshit their drivers, which is 99% of them, then we're probably going to have a problem, because you can't just tell me anything that you can tell another driver, because I've been on the other side. And those of us who work for companies that have owned our own trucks, I don't know why they don't utilize that. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, these motherfuckers like to give me information at the last possible second. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like brokers used to do that, but I understand why brokers do it, because you can fuck around and give their load away or whatever the case, and it's different. But I'm working for a company. I don't have my own truck. I don't have my own authority. You give me some load information. What am I supposed to do? Call my homie and tell him about the load, and they're gonna go steal your load? Like, why would you not tell me the information ahead of time so I can make plans to fucking take care of it and do my job? I don't understand it. I really don't. So they just do silly shit for no fucking reason, and it's annoying. So which is part of the reason why I want to get out of it. I'm tired of being looked at like a criminal, for one, for just trying to make a living. I mean every time I go to the scale, like, what are you doing in there? That's what they're kind of looking. I'm just tired of that. I get more of that. I get more of that than I do driving down the street. And I got like blacked out fucking tinted windows, and I never get harassed like that. And even when I get harassed, I show them my commercial driver license, they leave me the fuck alone. I show them, I fucking pull up in a fucking big ass truck, and they fucking sweat me like I got fucking 80 pounds of drugs in the truck. I mean, not all the time, but there's been times where that's been the case. Like, this matter of fact, this dude that just pulled me over today, he sniffed inside of the cubby hole in the driver's seat, the door. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? So he was just on him. Anyway, I'm just sick of it. But again, I'll pass on my knowledge to anybody that needs it or needs somebody to look out. Because I know how it was when I first started. I needed somebody to call. I had 1,000 questions and all of that, and I had somebody to call, and it helped out a lot. a lot of the questions I had for him, they didn't really know, because a lot of these guys have been driving forever, don't know shit. But I'm not one of those dudes, because I started with my own truck. A lot of these guys been working for a company and then they for 10 years and then they go start a truck. No, I started out not even barely even know how to drive. Matter of fact, I down there flipped the trailer over on the way home, hitting the curb or divider. Just because I got my license in a year and a half. It took me a year and a half to get in a truck, and it was my own truck, and I had no trainer, no nothing, just somebody to call on the phone and ask 1,000 questions on YouTube. So I learned how to back in on YouTube. Well, aside from the school, I mean it was a year and a half, and I mean they taught me how to go around a cone and back into a dock. I mean, that's the most easiest fucking thing on the planet. Now it is. At the time it wasn't, but now it is. So you're almost I wouldn't say never, but those particular situations, like the dock backing and shit like that, I mean, maybe 60% of the time you're like that. But usually when you get on these fucking East Coast or you go downtown LA, man, fuck no, that shit don't work. Downtown LA, you try to, you're fucking, you got traffic. I mean, that shit is like, again, if you're a new guy, I mean, it's gonna be overwhelming. But me, I don't give a fuck about blocking traffic. I'll block traffic. As soon as I have an opening, I'm blocking it. I'm out there, and I'm fucking blocking it until I get back in. And I don't give a fuck. You motherfuckers can beep the horn or whatever else. What you gonna do, run me over? Yeah, right. So, I think trucks are like a million and O against cars. So, I don't give a fuck. If I'm blocking traffic, you motherfuckers just be mad. Especially if I'm downtown LA or downtown fucking Dallas like that. Any major city, I don't give a fuck. Or whatever it is, I don't give a fuck. I don't shit. I've been in certain situations where the going through town and the turns are hella sharp, and it's either I hit the telephone pole or I hit the car in front of me. So I'm stopped until the shit goes away. Till the shit clears and I can string that shit out and not hit the pole. I'll sit there for 20 minutes if I have to. I don't care. The police call me, hey, I'm trying to make a turn. I'm trying to make a safe turn. It's not safe. The police can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And the police will help you get around and get the fuck out of the way, if anything. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it's all safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna not block the intersection because I just don't want to block the intersection. If I have to block the intersection, I have to block the intersection. Fuck it. It's safer that way. If a big ass truck is in the fucking intersection, everybody's gonna see it, especially if it's in the daytime. Everybody's gonna see it. And if I'm stopped there, everybody knows I'm not gonna move because I'm not moving until the fucking traffic clears. And 9 times out of the 10, most people understand to get the fuck out of the way or let me do what the fuck I need to do so I can get out of the way, and then everybody can go back to normal. So that's pretty much it. I know I've been going on for a whole hour. Look at this shit. But I haven't did a video in a while, and I had to get some stuff off my chest, and just to let you know that my elbow is all right. It's healing up nicely, and you know, I'm doing a couple of other things. I'm gonna be before I reveal on what I'm doing, I'll just basically generally tell you I'm doing, like, you know, I don't know if I've mentioned in my YouTube or not. I have a detail company that I started. I bought a truck off Craigslist for $500. I did some of the work myself to get the engine up to par. I probably should have been documented the entire time, but you know, sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I painted it myself. I pretty much, did all the due diligence as far as, improving my skills on, paint correction and things, and just the general detail stuff, the interior and all that. I'm working on adding, I do headlights, I do detailing, gonna add tint, and I'm working on adding paintless dent repair, so that it could be a all year sustainable business. Now, if I just do the detailing, I'm not gonna be able to. Things are gonna slow down in the wintertime. Whereas if I'm doing dent repair in the tint, that'll kind of supplement or offset the or give me another opportunity to make another stream of income from the same type of industry, the automobile industry, or whatever you call it. The other thing I'm doing is I'm learning stock trading. Really interested in that. There's a couple of guys that I'm looking at on YouTube and learning the different things, but that's going to require a lot more time. I understand the concepts, but as far as the actual hands-on do this do that stuff, I'm not proficient enough at that yet, but that is to come. So that's another possible income stream. I'm also looking into eBay and Amazon sales, along with what is it, Poshmark, I think it's called, something like that. E-commerce, basically, any type of e-commerce, like electronics, clothing, shoes, the whole thing. So that's another thing that I'm working on. I want to do something with fitness, because I like working out. I know a lot about, or I learned a lot about, the keto lifestyle, which helped me tremendously when it came to losing weight. I have some people that I know that have gone to, they go to the boot camps or in the of course, CrossFit. One of my friends busted her Achilles tendon doing the CrossFit, and the other one is so convinced that boot camp is the only way you can lose weight that she don't want to listen to nothing, because basically the keto is like goes against almost everything that we've been taught, and sometimes people teach you things so that they can get that, so that they can form a consensus as a society, so it make it easier to make money, because it's like they have all these low fat this and low fat that, when it's not the fat, it's the carbs. I have a t-shirt that I made that said carbs are the devil. Not really the devil, but I mean, if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want any carbs, period. If you're a bodybuilder, then you can implement the keto lifestyle, but you'd have to, you kind of want to eat the carbs, because carbs, you retain water. Muscles are built basically on water, or you need a lot of water to build muscle, and carbs will hold water. And the guys take creatines and stuff like that. It really only works if you take carbs, or if you're eating carbs. But if you're trying to lose weight, not the case. Now, you want to do some resistance training and stuff like that to maintain your muscle. You don't want to lose muscle, you want to lose fat. And if you're on keto, you got ketones circulating around in your blood, you lose weight, because your body's what they call in a state of ketosis, hence the name keto diet. And people that don't really know, they tend to want to associate ketosis with ketoacidosis, which is the diabetic danger zone. Ketoacidosis. Ketosis just means you have ketones in your blood, or your blood and your urine, and that is an indication that you are in a state of ketosis, which means that your body is now for energy as opposed to carbohydrates because you've been starving it. So basically what happens is that when you're on a keto diet, you're basically in a fast because your body has no carbohydrates, just exactly like it would be in a fast. So it kind of goes in. It's kind of like a fasted state. Your insulin level are stable, so you're burning, like you're constantly burning fat. And what most people don't know is when you raise your insulin levels, you stop burning fat. I don't give a fuck what you do. You could go eat a Snickers, jack up your insulin level, go to the fucking thing and do a bunch of cardio, and you won't burn any fat until you burn those carbs you just ate. As opposed to if you go fasted, which is why they say fasted cardio, fasted this, fasted that. That's because the second you walk into that gym, your insulin levels are stable or constant, however you want to say it. So you're instantly drawing on fat for energy, and it's pooling from that, as opposed to carbohydrates. Now, if you're not eating carbs but you're eating everything else, you're still in a fasted state. If you're not eating anything to jack up your insulin, you're technically still in the fasted state. I mean, I shouldn't say technically. What's the other word for technically? Whatever the other word for technically is, I don't know. But technically you ate, so you're not fasted. But in terms of the way your body is reacting, insulin-wise, you're basically still fasted. So because whatever the other things you're eating is not triggering any insulin. So as long as you're eating the right things. But you know, the people say it's hard on your heart because you eat so many fats. It's not like you're sucking down gobs of butter, every day. Now, what I do is I eat heavy cream and coconut oil in my coffee, and I eat eggs, full eggs. I don't eat just the whites. I eat the whole eggs. I eat bacon. That's like this, and the avocado. That's the staple keto breakfast. I mean, you can eat that breakfast, lunch, or dinner if you wanted to. But you also have to do is get 7 to 10 cups of vegetables to support your liver, because even though the research is that basically it's not necessarily hard on your heart, although it can be, if that's all you're eating. I mean, anything you do too much is going to be bad for us. There's no such thing as absolutely nothing that's bad for you, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, if you drink too much water, it's bad. So you want to get the vegetables, and when I say vegetables, kale is number one. But I don't eat salad because and the reason why I don't eat salad is because I only like ranch dressing. And if I have to eat the other shit that I don't like balsamic and all the other shit, which is nasty to me, I won't eat it. So what I do is I take spinach, actually my first choice is baby kale, not regular kale, but baby kale. I have a Ninja now, but at first I had a little Rudy Poot blender. So I blend. I haven't tried the regular kale since I've had the Ninja, but I just was so turned off on the regular kale that I did find out that the baby kale, it blends way better. When I did the regular kale, I got that rainbow kale, I think it was, and that shit tasted like I was eating grass. I put fruit in it, and it tastes like fruited grass. So I put the baby kale, and then I tried the spinach. Now if I can't find the baby kale, I use the spinach. But those are amazing nutrients in there. And if you need those vegetables to support your liver. And then you need like other things, like it's a good idea to hit some apple cider vinegar with the mother to support I think it's your pancreas or something like that. And then lemon juice is good to support other functions in your body. Now if again you're ingesting fats, but you need other things you need to eat other things to support what's going on and the changes that are going on in your body. You know, you should eat those anyway. Even if you don't like do the high fat and all that. Even if you don't do that, you just eat. You know, you do eat less carbs and take away from the sugar and all that. You eat less carbs, whatever. You ingest a little bit of carbs. You should still eat 7 to 10 cups a day. Now, it's more important for you to get those nutrients and those veggies and all that because, again, you're ingesting a lot of fat with the keto, so it makes it more important that you get the nutrients. But you should get them anyway. You know, it's just vital that you get those nutrients anyway. But it's even more important that you get the vitamins since you're only eating meat and, you know, shit like that. Now, are you gonna tell me that if I eat eggs, bacon, drink bulletproof coffee, everything's organic, and I don't necessarily get the vegetables I need, are you gonna tell me that that's worse than McDonald's? No. But tell somebody you're on the keto diet, oh, it fucks with your liver, oh, your kidneys. What about McDonald's, motherfucker? What about all these other fast food places that you eat every fucking day? What about a bag of chips? What about soda? What about all that shit? I say shit about that. A friend of mine started keto. Oh, be careful because I did keto and I was shitting oil and I felt like shit. That's probably because you didn't do it right. And second of all, motherfuckers be haters. And you want to listen to all this propaganda and all this fucking shit that handed down, fucking information, all that shit. Go out and do the research. How about that? I can't eat 7 to 10 cups a day. You eat 7 to 10 bags of chips, motherfucker. Yeah. Go out and eat 7. This shit, look, they say don't put fruit in it, but this is what I do. I've had a video on it. I put the fruit in there, I put the stevia in there, and now, is it my favorite drink? No. But can I get it down? Yes. I look at it this way. If I can drink Remy Martin, I can drink anything. You know, and it's for my health, and I feel better, and I'm getting vitamins and nutrients and all that. Yes. It's basically a no-brainer. And you should get it anyway. So I'm definitely a proponent of the keto diet. The only thing is this: you just have to read labels. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to do none of that shit. You just have to read labels. And if it's too many fucking carbs, then you better be fucking a whole bunch of fiber. And if it's a whole bunch of carbs and no fucking fiber, then don't eat it. If it's a whole bunch of carbs and a whole bunch of fiber, then you can eat it. But I'm trying to think of a scenario where that's the case. Maybe the fruit. Maybe the fruit in the spinach. Maybe. But again, I mean, you gotta do what you can do. If you just absolutely hate fucking spinach, then you gotta. I mean, fuck. If you're taking spinach with too much fruit, what are you supposed to do? Not eat spinach? you gotta make that shit taste. You gotta make a shit taste like you can fucking eat it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, like, I eat spinach on a sandwich. Sandwich got bread. You can eat it in a wrap. But I don't necessarily have time. I mean, you can drink that shit. Like, and you can put it on ice. This shit's pretty good. It kind of waters down a little bit. But you're still getting it. And then if you water it down with the ice, or if you pour it over the ice and it melts it down, whatever, you just drinking more water. Cause you piss when you eat that shit. Cause you filling the thing up with water. You filling the thing up with water before you blend it. And then when you blend it, you can kind of add more water or something because it's kind of like frothy a little bit. But shit, get that shit down, man. Good plan. And lose weight. I mean, shit, that shit worked. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. I did it for like probably what I do for like 3 months, 2 months, something like that. My niece did it. She lost weight. Everybody that's done it lost weight. I don't understand what the big deal is. Well, I can't eat carbs. So what? So fucking what? Who cares? Can't eat carbs. I don't want to do it because I love carbs. You love being fat? You love that fat gut? I love carbs too. But if I got heartburn all the fucking time, I'm fucking snoring all the goddamn time, I'm uncomfortable all the fucking time, something's gotta give. And if something's gotta give, goodbye carbohydrate. Fuck you, carbohydrate. Fuck out of here. It's like a love-hate relationship. You ever been in a relationship, you love them to death, but you can't stand them motherfuckers? That's exactly what the fuck carbohydrates are. Exactly. Love how fucking cookies and all that shit taste, but they're bad for you. It's like that woman. She got some good coochie. But y'all fighting the damn to go to jail. Fuck no, get the fuck away from that. I had the same situation. I mean, in a relationship, some things are awesome and some things are absolutely terrible. And the things that was terrible was too terrible. That didn't override the good shit. So I had to get the fuck out of there. But that's how it go. Some things that are good to you aren't good for you. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. But some things that, like heroin, it's probably good as fuck. I never tried it. You know why? Because you're a fucking drug addict. Because you become a fucking drug addict and you fucking look like shit and your teeth fall out. Same thing with meth. Meth probably good as fuck. I'll never know. Crack. Probably good as fuck. I got addicted to selling crack. So I know if I get addicted to selling crack, I know if you do crack, it's probably the shit. But guess what? You end up looking like a crackhead. You ain't got no money, you're broke, but you spend all kinds of money on crack. I had a crackhead one time, when I was in college, helped me or hired me to help him do some crack hustles. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but it was in what do you call those stores? Basically, fucking switching tags and upping the price and that kind of shit, like switching tags and shit around back then. You can't really do it now, I don't think. You probably could right now because I don't, that's the cycles or whatever. But back then, you could switch a tag and end up making $600 a day. I'm not gonna tell you the full story, but you could switch a tag in one store and switch a tag in another store and put it all together and make we was making like $600 a day. Now, no, I was, because he showed me the thing and then I fucking ran with it, and he got, to this day, pissed off at me because I ran with it so well that he couldn't even do it. Because he was just mad at me. So yeah, so I basically did the hustle of a crackhead, but I didn't do the crack. I fucking spent the money. So it's crazy. Like, you rather like do all this shit, and you got two different scenarios here. You're doing all this shit I'm fucking like $600 a day in the fucking early 2000s. What is that? Minimum of 5 days a week. That's like 3 racks a fucking week. And I was in college. Man, I'm doing like this, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the club. I got you know what I'm saying? I got whips. I got shit. And I wasn't selling no drugs at the time. These motherfuckers look at me like I'm crazy. Like, where the fuck you getting all this money from? I ain't telling you. Then, the crackhead dude is fucking pissed off at me because I'm stealing all this money. But, you know, that's what happens sometimes. But anyway, okay, I'm done ranting. Moral of the story is... I don't know. I'm tired of trucking and gonna do something else. So, if you have any questions that I can help you with at all this fucking talking I'm doing for an hour and 15 minutes, then hit me, drop me a line, shoot me an email. I'm trying to get into cars, buying and selling. Working on getting a car dealership, so I can go to the auctions and buy cars and sell them legally, not flipping cars, but go legally and get the auction. So I'm doing some things, but I don't want to get on YouTube and talk about a bunch of shit I'm doing and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, giving everybody wrong information. I've actually done keto. I've actually did trucking. I've actually done my logs and all that shit. So if you have any questions on those things, fine, shoot me the thing. So, but these other shit, like, I can't tell you shit about stocks. I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you some stuff about auto detailing, but not dent repair, not tint. And I just got on to doing the headlights, and I understand the process, and we're doing them well. So I can't answer about that. But anything else that I'm trying, is everything's all brand new. I'm doing the eBay, the Amazon, the Poshmark, or whatever that shit is, the Goodwill shopping hauls. I don't know if it takes a lot of time. I've done that, and matter of fact, I went to Goodwill and spent like $100 on like $400 or $500 worth of shit. So I'm learning how to list all that stuff now and doing all that. So I'm learning a lot and doing a lot. I'm excited that I'm on the brink of being able to not truck no more, dude. I'm trying to turn the page, man. I'm burnt out on this shit. I'm tired of being gone. Good money. I just fucked off the money. Should have done something better with the money. It's another thing. I should have bought a house, but I'm working on that too. On real estate stuff. So I'm doing like a ton of stuff. When I'm off for 2 days, it's not like I'm kicking up with my feet up. I'm fucking at it. Like, I'm doing all the other shit that I need to do to prepare to not have to be in this truck. So I'm on it, dude. I'm hustling 24/7. The only time I'm not hustling is like right now, because I got a layover and I got time. So about to wrap this video up. Again, if you have any questions, like, subscribe, because I'm about to embark on some new shit, and a lot of it is probably not going to be directed to the trucking industry. Although I know there's some guys out there that maybe you want to work out, or some ideas on just doing different stuff. I mean, shoot, hit me a line, drop me a line. I don't care. I mean, I'll share it, because this. I've been there, done that, and I got a lot of respect for guys that are out here, the ones that are doing it right. Some of these guys, man, they're just inconsiderate. Like this last night, I'm sitting in a fucking fuel island for like 20-30 minutes. And the fucker is like doing his logbooks in front of the line and shit like that. I'm like, come on, man, move that over to the side. You know what I'm saying? Move over to the side, do that shit. And motherfuckers cutting you in line and shit. This happened to me today. Motherfuckers just cutting in line and this thing. I mean, like, dude cut in front of me in the line. And, you know, I'm not gonna make a big fucking deal about it, but if you're fucking older than me and you're fucking cutting in line, you're an asshole. I mean, be considerate, dude. I mean, like, shit, you know. Why do you have to be an asshole? Like, people just run around, just want to get over on. I mean, that's the type of motherfucker that just run around and just fuck over people all the time. You know, or people that look at you and think that they're better than you, and then they cut in line, or they it's that kind of shit. Because you start dealing with different parts of the country. People act weird in different parts of the country, you know, and I don't mean just like like white parts of the country or black parts of the country. Although it's that, you know, you got certain people that just fuck over certain people because they feel like you're better, or they just don't give a shit. It could be class. It could be area. Like, for example, if you go to the South, a lot of times there's a lot of, not everyone, but there's a lot of racist people in the South. But if you go to like Beverly Hills, it's not necessarily racism, but it's classism. Like, you could be whatever race. You know, I've had blacks and whites in like ritzy type neighborhoods look at me like I'm stupid. You know, like, you can't have a conversation with me because, you know, you have a $300,000, $400,000, $100,000 job a year or something. You know, I mean, I don't make that kind of money, but, you know, I make a little something. And, you know, I'm abreast of current events and college educated, stuff like that. I mean, although you'd never know if you just looked at me walking down the street. But you should never, first of all, you should never judge a book by its cover anyway. But secondly, you know, you just get people that are assholes. And I ran into one of them today, and I don't know what the reason was, but the downfall from that was I had to wait an extra 20 seconds in line. Big deal. Because there was two lines, and at the truck stop, you usually form one line and you just go whatever one's open, and dude just jumped in front of me and shit. But, you know, I mean, who gives a fuck? You know, so I mean, he's like, in other words, you know, he's got more problems than I do, so I just let him go ahead and feel like he did something. But, you know, I mean, certain times you just sometimes you gotta say something because you know, people just been, if you don't say nothing sometimes, then people run over you. I was at another time that I was in a relatively good mood, and I didn't have my trailer on at the time, and I pulled up at the thing, and dude told me to get the fuck out of the way, and I didn't respond. I just walked away, and he was talking shit, and I came back and he was looking at me like he was gonna do something. I'm like, dude, I'm in a good mood right now. I will beat the dog shit out you. I just don't feel like arguing with you right now. I'm in a good mood. I went to the truck stop. I was embarking on some time off. I had a beer. I was gonna fucking I think I might have had a Wendy's or something. I had a beer, and I was gonna go eat and get full and get drunk and go right to sleep. After I took a shower. I mean, oh yeah, I was about to take a shower. Or did I take a shower? I think I took a shower. I can't remember. But anyway, I mean, I had food and drink and shit like that. And I was like, dude, if I beat the dog shit out you, the first thing you're gonna do is call the police. It wasn't necessarily in a friendly area. I can't remember where it was, but obviously the dude felt emboldened because of the way he was talking. But you know, I was like, dude, don't do this right here. I think it was South Carolina, some shit like that. I was like, dude, don't fucking do it. Don't get beat the fuck down right now, because I don't feel like doing it. You know, I had my whole night planned. I was tired. I was kind of tired too. But I mean, the bottom line is I was in a good mood. I was like, dude, why are you fucking up my mood right now? I'm not. I mean, dude, what are you going with? Because I just had pulled up, and he pulled right behind me. It's not like I was in the line. I was just going inside to grab me some Wendy's and a beer It took like, and there was nobody in there, and it took like maybe 10 minutes. And he pulled up right behind me. He didn't pump fuel or nothing, and I didn't have a trailer on. So he was behind me. I don't have a trailer on. He could have went around if that was the case. I mean, I've done that a few times. It's just, people just, walking around with a stick up their ass. Like the police that pulled me over. I mean, that dude was like crazy too, but, I keep it calm as much as possible because I'm from California. And if I'm in Sacramento. If I'm in South Carolina, I'm way out of bounds. If I beat the dog shit out of this dude, I'm gonna beat him for shit that my mama whooped me for, and I'm pissed off at her or something. I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of that dude, man. I'm like, man, come on, man. You know what I mean? Little skinny, scrawny dude. And I mean, not to say that if you're skinny and scrawny that you might know some shit or something, but this dude, I mean, who knows? I mean, but see, normally if you walk around, like if you know some shit, like you're not walking around trying to start nothing with nobody. That's like a defense mechanism. So usually motherfuckers are walking around puffing their chests out, talking shit, and trying to impress motherfuckers, or usually the motherfuckers get fucked up. The motherfuckers that are usually timid or something, not timid, but they're not running around. And not to say in every case, but usually a motherfucker that's a sleeper. When I say sleeper, then you might know some fucking martial arts or some shit like that. Usually a motherfucker that's a sleeper is not running around trying to intimidate motherfuckers, usually. And like if you get in a situation, he's usually trying to calm the situation down because he knows he's gonna beat the fuck out you, but he knows he's gonna beat you so bad that he might get in some trouble. So that's why he doesn't want to fuck with you, and he doesn't even want to, doesn't want to even expel that energy like that. So that's basically how I was. I mean, you can't fucking tell me that this dude, this is by the way he acted and shit. Anyway, I'm keep going on. I can go on all night, matter of fact. I probably should break this up into a couple videos. This motherfucker's an hour and 27 minutes long. Well, fuck it. I break it up. But anyway, yeah. All done. My back hurts. That's it. I'm done. So again, yeah, if you got any questions, dude, or I should say dude, but women, men, however you affiliate yourself, drop me a line. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. If I can't, I'll try to find the answer for you. And if I can't find the answer for you, I'll just flat out tell you, hey, I don't know, or I couldn't find the answer, or whatever. So like, subscribe, and be safe out there. Eat right. Lose some weight if you need to. I definitely need to, and I'm going to start on my journey again soon. And stay tuned. I got some more stuff coming. Maybe. Hopefully. Talk to you later, YouTube. I'm out.